Good away day, your thoughts?
Yeah, good that we were so resilient and we defend so well, and I think the opposition give us such a tough game. It was really, really very, very difficult. So I'm really pleased that we came away with all the points.
Pleased that you came away with the points. Pleased with the performance?
I'm pleased at how well they defended and the responsibility they took with their defensive duty, but not enjoyable to watch at all. I think the opposition put us on the back foot from the beginning of the game for most of the first half. I think we're quite fortunate to come in front, but then we've played very well at times this season and got nothing at all, or suffered with one mistake. So we deserve, because the players defend so well and the guys at the front of the pitch are just ready all the time to take their chance. But it wasn't enjoyable to watch. I would prefer that we are in control of the game from minute one, but the opposition we have to give them credit because they made it so tough.
There were only 6 shots for Notts all game, but when you take 4 of them, I guess you don't need more chances. But would you like to see more creativity in that final third to create more chances?
I'm happy if we only have 6 shots if the opposition don't have any, but they are too many shots, I think. And I think that the one thing that I would say is that when you play man for man against us and you play up against us, you run the risk of making one mistake, and we have players that can hurt you. And that's what happened for me today. Was I thought the opposition played extremely aggressive, like man for man everywhere. But then, of course, if you're man for man, like I say, one small mistake and you don't have cover, and it's very tough when we have good players that can finish.
The pitch didn't exactly make things easy for anyone. They play rugby league here. In fact, they're actually sticking the rugby league posts up on the pitch while we speak now, just after full time. How difficult did that make it for both sides?
Yeah, I think that we want to try to get into our flow and have the majority of the ball and try to build our attacks. But the pitch, very, very difficult. Was probably the best defender, against us was the pitch, because it stopped us being able to pass the ball cleanly. It stops players being able to move too freely as well. And so that was very, very tough. But I thought the opposition actually dealt with it better. Probably they're more used to playing on the surface, and I thought they actually dealt with it better and they moved the ball quite well at times. But no, again, we highlighted this to the players in the week that the pitch is going to be like this, is going to be very, very soft and is going to cut up very early in the game, and I think that they had a good mindset to that, the players.
A word from Macaulay Langstaff and his ability to be at the right place at the right time and get a finish as well. It's his 3rd brace of the season. You keep taking off before he gets hat-trick.
I know, I promised him I'm going to leave him there to get his hat-trick, but no, we have another game and he's so important for us, so that extra bit of rest could be the difference for him making a really good performance again on Monday. But I mean, he's quite clearly as the most outstanding attribute that a player can have is to be able to finish and be calm around the box and select the right way to strike the ball. So of course we're so lucky to have him. I'm really, really pleased with his contribution of and how hard he works for the team off the ball as well.
It was the first time that we got to see him and Kedwin Scott together. They got a start together as well, and Scott gets an assist and a goal. A word for his full debut.
Yeah, again, I'm so pleased for him, because he's been like really desperately trying to get back up to speed, and it's been difficult for him, and I think he's just about there. I think there's a lot more to come, because his physical data was still quite low compared to the rest of the players, but then the big input is the scoring and assisting, and he's done both today, so really very, very pleased for him.
Cairo Mitchell comes off the bench, gets his 2nd goal off of the bench, and when he does score, he's banging on his chest, he's turning round, cupping his ears, sort of as if to say, don't forget about me too. I guess you can never have too many hungry goal scorers at a football club.
Yeah, and I think in particular with Cairo, he's the best guy, because he that's not for show. That's not for show. That's the passion that he has. But he's that guy every day. He's that guy every single day. And when you look at the firepower that we have, and pushing each other, we can play one up front and we can still score. We can play 2 up, we can score. We can play one behind the other. We've done every single combination, and every time we've scored. And of course, Cairo is making sure that we don't forget about him and what the contribution that he can make with his physicality. And then, of course, if he adds the finishing as well, he's there. He's always going to be available, and he's always going to be an option.
No Ruben Rodriguez today because he was ill. Will he be fit, do you think, for Monday?
Yeah, I really hope so, because we're telling him every single thing that he has to do, when he has to eat, when he has to sleep, how much fluids he has to take in, because Ruben is so important to us. Everyone knows that. It's no secret. He's very, very important, and I think for him to come here. Ruben wanted to play, but he still has a problem in his throat. So for him to come here and play on a very tough pitch against a really top opposition who are relentless with you, we could lose him for a longer period. So I took the decision to not bring him, and I think, you know, thankfully we come away here with all the points and we have Ruben to come back into the team.
With the EFL deadline for transfers around the corner, cynics will have looked at it and gone, I hope that's not a transfer-induced illness. So it's definitely not that. It's just a regular illness.
No, absolutely no. I mean, he wanted to come, but of course then you run the risk of him passing on, you know, some sort of bug or whatever. But he's assured me that he feels really good, and like I said, he came in to see me in the office yesterday and said that he wants to be here. So no, there's nothing untoward. There's no secrets. But yeah, and of course, listen, everyone's always. We know that people are going to be interested in Ruben all the time because of how good he is. But no, he's committed. He's just has an illness, and I'm sure he's going to be fine for Monday.